What if living to 100 is easier than you think? The oldest doctor in Japan lived over 100 years and saw patients at that age. He didn't rely on pills or strict diets, but simply ate the same simple foods every day. Before passing away, he revealed his secret. Let's figure it out so you can start today. In the USA, the average life expectancy is 76 years. In Okinawa, Japan, it's 84. Many Okinawan residents live over 100 years while continuing to walk, cook, and garden. Their secret isn't pills or treatments. It's what they eat and how they live. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara lived to 105 and worked as a doctor until he was 100. His approach is simple food, stable habits, and joy from small things. Today we'll look at 5 principles he followed. These principles can transform your energy, digestion, and mental clarity after 60. The misconception is defeated. Let's start with something simple: how much we eat. In the West, fullness is often seen as a goal. Clearing your plate and finishing all food is the norm. Large portions are considered more valuable, but in Okinawa, where people live long, the goal is quite different. They practice hara-hachi bu, eating until they are 80% full, just 80%. Then they stop, and this is very important. Why is it so important to eat a little less? It reduces the calorie load, decreases inflammation, and lowers oxidative stress on the organs. This approach helps maintain a healthy weight without dieting. Even the National Institute on Aging has confirmed the link between moderate calorie restriction and longevity. Drive Hinohara, Japan's oldest doctor, lived by this principle. He valued light food and slow eating. He believed in a slight feeling of dissatisfaction after eating and attributed his energy and mental clarity to this, living to a very old age. Let's meet Helen. She is 68 years old. She grew up with the belief that food should not be wasted and always finished her plate. Over time, she developed slow digestion, afternoon fatigue, and poor sleep. This concerned her. Then Helen heard about hara-hachi bu. She started pausing in the middle of each meal and asking herself, "Am I still hungry? Or am I just finishing out of habit?" she asked herself. This simple question changed her attitude toward food. The result: more energy, better sleep, less bloating, and surprisingly, more joy at the table. Try this tonight. Eat slower, breathe between bites, and when you feel about 70% full, pause. Because it is the quantity of what you eat that affects your health and mood much more than a full plate. Food is just the beginning. Let's look at what proteins are and why the Japanese diet based on them might surprise you. Mistake number 2 is skipping beans and plant proteins. Protein is essential for strength, recovery, and healthy aging. Many, especially in the West, mistakenly believe that protein is only meat. But in Japan, the main source of protein is plants. Okinawa is home to one of the longest living populations on Earth. There, the protein base consists of soy products: tofu, miso, natto, and edamame. Soy products are not just traditional. They are the foundation of the Japanese longevity diet. They are rich in complete plant protein and isoflavones that reduce inflammation and support the heart. Soy products also contain prebiotic fibers that nourish the gut. This improves digestion and overall health. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that regular soy consumption is associated with low LDL cholesterol levels and better bone density. Moreover, soy reduces the risk of cognitive decline. This is an important factor for elderly people caring about brain health. Drive Shigeaki Hinohara, the oldest practicing physician in Japan, ate tofu almost every day. He believed in its benefits for artery cleanliness and digestion. He maintained health and vigor even after 90 years old, thanks to daily consumption of soy products. Now, meet Frank. He is 73 years old, he is retired, and has always avoided soy. His story will show how changing your diet can affect your health by including soy proteins. To be continued. He had heard many rumors about hormones and estrogen, but after watching a documentary about Japanese centenarians, he decided to try something new in his diet. Twice a week, he replaced red meat with a stir-fry of tofu with bok choy, garlic, and ginger. It was simple, easy, and very satisfying for him. After 3 weeks, his blood pressure dropped, joint pain decreased, and he stopped napping during the day. These are amazing changes in such a short time. Conclusion: you don't have to become a vegetarian, but it's important to maintain balance in your diet by adding healthy foods that support health and energy. Try adding lentils, black beans, or tofu at least twice a week to get beneficial proteins and improve your overall condition. And ahead of us is a powerful anti-aging product hidden in food that many Americans ignore, but that the Japanese enjoy every morning. Let's explore this further. Mistake number 3: ignoring fermented foods, which play an important role in the longevity of the Japanese. This is not a vitamin or a supplement, but a true tradition served warm, soft, and full of life, supporting health every day. Fermented foods are one of Japan's quietest secrets of longevity, highly valued by Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara. The legendary doctor started every morning with a humble cup of miso soup, which was not just a comforting dish for him, but a daily healing ritual. Miso, natto, pickled vegetables, and fermented seaweed are staple foods in the Okinawan diet, rich in live probiotics and beneficial nutrients. These foods nourish the gut, contain digestive enzymes for breaking down nutrients, and anti-inflammatory compounds to protect the brain and joints. In the West, many elderly people rely on probiotic pills, but natural fermented foods have a more powerful effect and benefit. Real fermented foods offer more than just nourishment. Their power lies in the synergy of whole foods and live microbes, delivering unique results without pills. Let me introduce Claire, a 70-year-old retiree and former librarian. She long suffered from bloating, irregular digestion, and heaviness after meals. She tried fiber, powders, digestive enzymes, and every probiotic on the shelves, but nothing helped. The solution came unexpectedly from a friend with a jar of real miso paste. Every morning, Claire began drinking a warm cup of miso broth. Her diet remained the same, no supplements, just miso and water. After just 2 weeks, the changes became noticeable. The bloating disappeared, energy became steady. After lunch, she felt lightness and her appetite stabilized. The power was in the live and active bacteria, not in the capsule. You can start the same way. A spoonful of miso in warm water or fermented pickles. It's not just about gut health, but about balanced aging and overall well-being of the body. Now let's consider a group of foods banned in the West, which the Japanese eat daily and which help keep their heart and blood vessels strong. Mistake number 4: fear of carbohydrates and giving up sweet potatoes. In the West, carbs have become the enemy and people are advised to cut them for weight loss. Elderly people are advised to avoid starch, but not all carbs are the same. Some, like in Okinawa, can help live longer and maintain health. The Japanese purple sweet potato is bright and powerful. It makes up more than 60% of the daily calorie intake of Okinawa centenarians. Why is it so important? It is rich in anthocyanins, antioxidants that protect blood vessels and fight cellular aging, fiber to stabilize blood sugar and support digestion. It also contains a lot of potassium and vitamin C, necessary for heart health and the immune system. Additionally, it has a low glycemic index. A low glycemic index means no sharp spikes in blood sugar, which is especially important for the elderly and pre-diabetics. Drive, Shigeki Hinohara, often chose sweet potatoes instead of rice, considering them gentle on the body and a reliable protection against diseases. Research from National Health Institutes shows that foods with anthocyanins improve vascular function, reduce inflammation, and slow cognitive decline. Meet Paul, a 63-year-old pre-diabetic. He was tired and frustrated, avoiding carbohydrates, even healthy ones, due to energy problems and food cravings. His dietitian suggested trying boiled Japanese sweet potatoes without frying or sugar to support energy levels and health without harm. Paul began including this food in his diet and noticed gradual improvements in well-being and a reduction in cravings for unhealthy food. This example shows how the right choice of carbohydrates can help elderly people maintain health and quality of life. Paul started adding half a cup to his lunch. After 2 weeks, his energy lasted until the evening, cravings decreased, and his blood sugar stabilized. The conclusion is simple. There is no need to fear carbohydrates. They should be chosen wisely, as the Japanese do, following balanced nutrition and moderation. Now let's consider the final lesson from Japan's oldest doctor. This is not just food, it is a philosophy of life and an attitude towards nutrition. Before concluding, it is important to understand the principles stronger than food. It is the lifestyle surrounding food and the attitude towards the body. Drive Hinahara did not follow a strict diet, did not count calories or macronutrients, but followed a simple and joyful rhythm of life. Every morning the doctor started with a light miso soup, a walk, and reading. He avoided overeating out of respect for the body. He took the stairs instead of the elevator. At 90 years old, he remained curious, gave lectures, wrote books, and laughed a lot. One day the doctor said, "To stay young, you need to have fun." This wisdom inspires living joyfully every day. Let's consider the example of Maria, who is 71 years old. She used to obsess over labels and diets, which prevented her from living fully. Now, Maria has learned to choose food wisely and joyfully, respecting her body and enjoying every meal. Low-carb products here were sugar-free, but this caused anxiety and a constant search for new rules in her life. She felt lost and tired. Then she learned about Hinahara and changed her approach to life. She began walking for 20 minutes every morning and eating more slowly, paying attention to each meal. During the day, she started taking time for tea to simply breathe and relax. She even planted herbs on the windowsill and enjoyed watching them grow. This new rhythm changed everything, because health is not only physical, but also emotional, mental, and rhythmic state of a person. When reflecting on the products we discussed, remember, don't just count proteins, but cherish the quiet morning hours and moments of calm. Don't just reduce sugar, but increase the amount of laughter and joy in your life, nourishing not only the body, but also the spirit. If you don't know where to start, begin with something simple, with joy and smiles, like the doctor who lived to 105 and always smiled. Now let's summarize the 5 principles and how to start with small steps. These are not complicated strategies, but daily changes of long livers. Inspired by the oldest doctor in Japan, here are 5 gentle changes you can start today for health and longevity. The first principle: eat until 80% full. This improves digestion, gives energy, and promotes a long life. Learn to pause before you feel full to better understand your body's needs and avoid overeating. The second principle: add more plant-based proteins to your diet to support health and nutritional variety. Tofu, lentils, edamame, easy to prepare and beneficial for the body. Include fermented foods in your diet, like a spoonful of miso or a slice of pickled vegetables. Fermented foods contain beneficial bacteria that strengthen the gut and immunity. Choose smart carbohydrates, such as sweet potatoes, for stable energy without sharp sugar spikes. Live lightly, eat simply, and smile more often. It's not just about nutrition, but also about rhythm, simplicity, and the joy of life. Every change supports the heart, brain, and digestion. You don't need to change everything at once. Start with one small step, one bite, one habit, one breath between spoonfuls. What resonates with you today? Write in the comments. Your choice can inspire others. Now we will tell you about a popular product that actually makes elderly people feel older, not younger. Let's sum it up. You don't need a perfect plan to live longer. Small, consistent steps matter most. Start today. Try miso, steamed sweet potatoes, and smile while eating. These habits accumulate and are important. It's not just about adding years to life, but life to years. Who's with me? Write in the comments if you're starting your journey to longevity today. See you in the next video, where we will reveal a product that will change your perception of nutrition and life. Stay with us and be healthy. There are factors that can accelerate the aging process of your body much faster than you might have thought. This is an important discovery for everyone's health.